Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make this super cute little 9mm, what I refer to as a spinning bow, and I'm using this crochet square with 20, which comes with 20 stainless steel pins, and I also use a bit of masking tape, and I've got my 9mm ribbon which starts on a 25mm length, which I got from Lovely Crafts, and this is in colour, I believe it's poppy red or red. I can never remember, but it's a red tone anyway. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to take my ribbon, and with this also, just so you know, right on the centre of my square I've drawn a line right down the middle so I can work out this, and there's also a wooden version of this that you can buy. So with this I've done mine 3 out, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of pins, which give you 4 loops, but you could take it down to 4 to give you 3 loops, you can take it down to 2 to give you 2 loops, and you can also play around and adjust your sizing. So if you wanted like a shorter layer and a longer, you just take it like that, but we're going to do even loops, and we're going to start with 4 because I think it looks really cute. But we want to go about 3 squares out, and I tape it down so it stays tighter to the board, makes it a bit easier to control and keeps it tight around the pins to make it easier in a bit. Basically zigzag it over all your pins. Make sure you get each one, and if you're left-handed you can start this direction instead of the other. I just do that because I'm right-handed, so it's just naturally where I tend to start. And again I go about 3 squares out on the board, and I go over that pin. I'm going to go there, I'm just going to make sure this is as tight as the other side, and make sure they're all right down at the bottom. Now, using that centre line that we have done as a guide, I am going to take my needle and thread, and this is a 7cm needle, darning needle, and we don't want to go right at the edge of the ribbon, we want to go right in the centre. And using the line that I have drawn on as a guide so it stays nice and even, go all the way through with your thread, and I reuse my masking tape, so put that off the corner to make it a bit easier. Once you've got your tape off, flip it up like this, and you'll get this look. So what I do is flatten it all together, and as you can see, this is the other version, but for this one, and this is why I refer to it as a spinning bow, is twist your legs down, and you can do your legs as long as you want. Like, you can go really tight together like this and you get more loopy. If you do them like softer, I like to use them so that the bottom loop is a guide. So do that lined up with there, and that side lined up with there, and then I take my needle and thread and I go back through the centre to pin them. Okay, I'm just going to go back and forth. This is what happens when I use a longer piece of thread. Getting knotty loops. And again, always when I'm doing tutorials. But hey, if this ever happens to you, this is what you do. Move it all out of the way and then reline it all up. There we go. We'll tidy it up in a minute. There we go. So just a couple of pins through basically, and then we are going to stitch off in the back, and I will tidy up this mess of knots in a moment. Make it a little bit flatter. It's my own fault. I was trying to be prepared and have more thread so I could go straight onto my next tutorial. I made there we go. See how easy that was to tidy up? But you can do either way, as the front or the back. And what I do is, once I've got everything in place, fold it so that you get your legs both the same length. Cut that down, bring that back open, and then I cut, right, is it a 45 or a 90 degree angle, whatever it is. There's terrible at angles and things like that. And then don't forget to heat seal in the clear blue bit of the flame. We shall move this out of the way, and this, and then we want a little alligator clip. This is a little 30mm one, not lining it, I don't need to. Just a little bit of glue on the centre, and then as I've made that side to back from where I've made the there, glue that right across, and then we want to heat seal our middle again. Little bit of glue, turn it upside down, open your clip, and wrap round once, open, make sure it's nice and tight, but you've got that all flat. And then to give it a little twist from there, put my thumb at the edge, flip that over, which gives it that little twisted look, and then bring the rest back round, cut that off, heat seal the end again, and get rid of my excess glue there. And as you can see, this is a cute